Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Year's Evil, the first PLE of 2026. We're starting off the show with Shawn Spears taking on the TNA Hall of Famer, the Monster Abyss, for the NXT North American Championship. Let's get to the first match of the show of the new year. The first PLE of the new year. And Shawn Spears. This man started 2020. This man didn't start 2020. This man won the NXT Championship last year. This year he looks to start with a championship around his waist, but that's by defeating the TNA Hall of Fame Abyss. The question is, though, will he manage to do that? Here comes the TNA Hall of Famer, Abyss. That's it for the occasion there. The NXT North American Championship is on the line. Shawn Spears versus the TNA Hall of Famer, the Monster Abyss, for the NXT North American Championship is on the line. Big right hand by Abyss. Back to the right leg. Birds in from after that. Goes down to Abyss. Spears now to the top. Brings Abyss to his feet. Drop kick by Shawn Spears. Elbow misses. Goes on misses. Abyss now with a big right hand to Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears now thrown back into the ring by Abyss. Take out one with Shawn Spears. Spears now sends Abyss into the referee. Running neck breaker doesn't connect, but connected. down instead. Oh, can Abyss. There's a kick out of two lost spears just through mid-air. Clothesline by Abyss from the top. Right hands to the face. There's Abyss. Abyss now punches down. Punches down. Shows breathing. Grabs Spears from the back of his head and plants him face first on the ringside floor. And that sends Spears back into the ring. Rest of the pack of Spears with Abyss. And scratches down the back of Spears is Abyss. Now with Spears now, grabs him by the throat for a big chokeslam. Hit to the chest, right hand. Big clothesline by Abyss. Abyss now to the top. Then Spears to his feet. Some Spears and he's on the work. Blow to his face. Big punch by Spears. Chop by Abyss. Chop by Spears. Chop by Abyss. Right hand by Sean Spears. Chop by Abyss. Slap by Sean Spears. Chop by Abyss now. Right hand by Abyss. Another chop by Abyss. Right hand by Spears. Right hand by Abyss. Right hand by another right hand. Another clothesline by Abyss. Gets Sean Spears to his feet. Right hand by Abyss. Lifts Spears onto his shoulders. Trying to break the back. This wins every single match for Abyss. And it does. Abyss retains the NXT North American Championship. Next up, Raquel Rodriguez on the Judgment Day defends the Women's NXT North American Championship against JC Jane. And here comes JC Jane. This past this Thursday, defeated 3 other women in a fatal 4-way match. And here comes the NXT Women's North American Champion, Raquel Rodriguez. The NXT Women's North American Championship is on the line with Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day, JCJ. JCJ looks to make sure the NXT Women's North American Championship is back around the waist of an NXT Women's star instead of a main roster star. Says so. Will she fail like every other woman has? Or will she win the championship off Raquel? Right now, this match is on the way. She takes control here over Raquel, but can't really kick. And this is JCJ now with the right hand to the back. Elbow by Raquel Rodriguez. Elbows to the face of JCJ. JCJ now sends Raquel into the ropes. Elbow misses. Ducks a clothesline. But Raquel lifts up JCJ and plants it down in the middle of the ring. Goes and misses JCJ now. Down now. Sent it to the corner by JCJ. To the chest. Elbow to the face of Raquel Rodriguez. Lifts JCJ up for a spine buster. Right hand on Raquel Rodriguez and stuns JCJ off the apron. Sends JCJ back into the ring now. Stabs on the back of the left arm. Sets JCJ up now. Raquel Rodriguez and gets to one knee. Raquel Rodriguez drop kick misses. JCJ stamps on the left leg. And again, right into the back. Now JCJ sends Raquel into the ropes. Elbow gets blocked. Now JCJ on the rope by Raquel. Raquel now lifts JCJ up. Once on the rope. Covered by Raquel. Kick out one is JCJ. Splash by Raquel. Raquel to the top. Elbow drop on JCJ. Is this it for the win? JCJ again speared off the apron by Raquel Rodriguez. And looking good out there for JCJ right now. JCJ sent back into the ring by Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez the knee to the head. And to the top goes Raquel Rodriguez. And JCJ to her feet. Right into the chest is JCJ. Lifts up Raquel Rodriguez for a top on the bomb. Raquel Rodriguez is on session moves, but a kick out too. Here's Raquel Rodriguez. JC James fired up now. Rolling through the ropes, but there's a clothesline by Raquel Rodriguez. Slams the left arm down. Now wants JC Jane to her feet. Raquel Rodriguez sends JC Jane into the ropes. Goes under. Right hand into the chest as JC Jane running neck breaker. Covered by JC Jane. Kick out one. The referee did take a long time there. Number 2 count. One hand by Raquel Rodriguez. Shot by JC Jane. Plus Raquel Rodriguez on the ropes now. There's a right hand by JC Jane. And clotheslines Raquel over the ropes. JC Jane now wants Raquel to his feet. Drop kick by JC Jane. The knee to the face. That one didn't finish. There's a boot to the face. One hand to the chest. There's JC Jane. Sends Raquel into the barricade, into the timekeeper's area. Raquel back to her feet. Send her back into the ring. JC Jane to the top, but Raquel Rodriguez is getting to her feet. There's a clothesline by Raquel. Raquel Rodriguez now to the top. Splash on JC Jane. And Raquel gets JC Jane to her feet. It's a face first in the corner. Elbow to the face. Raquel Rodriguez now to the middle rope. Landing on JC Jane. Is this it to retain the championship? It is. There is no one that can stop Raquel Rodriguez to capture the NXT Women's North American Championship. Next up, Los Garza look to become tag team champions again, but they have to go through the Wyatt Six. And here come Los Garza. And here come the Wyatt Six. Flies around here. Ross Garza look to win the championships here tonight. To become 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions. That's the second most reigns as NXT Tag Team Champions, followed behind, they're one reign behind the Creed brothers, who are 4-time. This match for the NXT Tag Team Championships is on the way. Angel now. It's down by Joe Gacy. Bingo kick to Dexter Loomis by Berto. Joe Gacy now sends Berto into the corner. It's a good drop kick to Dexter Loomis. Elbow by Berto to Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy now sent to the corner by Ingrid. Kick to the back of the right leg. Stop from Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy takes down Angel. Crane cross body to Berto is Joe Gacy. Just beats him up. Angel on the outside. Berto's at a disadvantage. Angel now back into the ring and gets out of it. To Dexter Loomis. Into the back. Berto now. Elbow to the top of the chest. Side of the head. One board. Drop it to Dexter Loomis, taking off the also taking down Joe Gacy's Berto. Drop kick taking down Joe Gacy, and then taking down Angel, but Angel's back to his feet straight away. Joe Gacy sent back into the ring by Berto. Angel now sends Dexter Loomis back into the ring. Angel now Lifted up. But roller. One Angel. Kick to the face of Nikki Cross. He's Berto. We didn't hesitate. Uncle Hardy was just shouting there at Angel. To Angel with Dexter Williams. By Angel. Again, submission for locked in on Berto. With Berto getting out of it. Berto sends Joe Gacy into the corner, takes him down. Joe Gacy covering out by Berto. Kicking with two is Joe Gacy. Elbow to the face is Angel. Super kick with Dexter Lumis still standing. Angel now chopped to the chest. Holding the left leg of Dexter Lumis between the ropes. And that takes Dexter Lumis down. Drop kick to the back. But Angel might have hurt his leg there and still tweaking it. Angel to the middle rope. Elbow to the face. Springboard moonsault now into him. Covered by Dexter Lumis. Now Uncle Hardy just shouting at the referee. Distracting him. And his teammates are going for the pin. Nikki Cross him. Sends Berto back into the ring. Stabber on Joe Gacy. Berto on the vertical suplex on Dexter Lumis as Angel. Again, Eric Rowan just sweeping. Angel. Body slamming Berto on the apron. Wants Joe Gacy to his feet. Springboard moonsault taking down Joe Gacy. Berto sent back into the ring. There's a pile driver on the outside on Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy fights back on Angel. Oh, Angel sent back into the ring by Eric. Joe Gacy now on the apron. Berto lifts Joe Gacy up, lands him down the inside floor. And the moonsault, but Joe Gacy moves out the way. Sends Berto back into the ring. Angel's to his feet now. Chop to the chest. Angel lifts up Gacy. Lands him down. Covered by Angel. Los Garza are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Next up, the Women's Iron Survivor winner, Fallon Henley versus Julia for the NXT Women's Championship. And here's the beautiful madness, the NXT Women's Champion, Julia. Here comes Fallon Henley, the Women's Iron Survivor. She's been on a roll recently. And she looks to become the NXT Women's Champion and win her first championship. She's been in the series for a year now. Big moments. Julia versus Fallon Henley for the NXT Women's Championship is on the way. Julia comes Fallon Henley down. First goes Julia back Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley to the top. Block doesn't count. Top by Fallon Henley, back and doesn't count. Julia to the top. Wants Fallon Henley to a feet. One Julia. One. Knee to the side ahead. His family, but it's Julia. Now Julia ultimately blows on Fallon Henley. Just a bit blanking by Fallon Henley now. And delivers a A neck breaker, but no. A neck breaker by Julia instead. Pulls back that right leg of Fallon Henley. Drop kick by Fallon Henley. Third chest Brighton again. Drop kick to the back as Fallon Henley. Knee to the chest. Fallon Henley now to the top. Drop kick to Julia. Over now by Fallon Henley. Kick now one is Julia. Takes down Julia, so kick to the chest. Sets up Julia now. Sets Julia down. Lifts Fallon Henley up, but Fallon Henley lands on his feet. Knee to the back of Julia. And that's a clothesline, taking it down. Two is Julia. This is starting the left leg of Fallon Henley is Julia. Julia to the top. Elbow drop misses. Fallon Henley counters. Sends Julia into the ropes. Fallon Henley goes under. Plants Julia down. Roll up by Julia now. Julia and Fallon Henley kicks out, no count. Lifted up and planted down by Julia instead. Julia has Fallon Henley where she wants her. Julia hits back first, and there's one cut by Fallon Henley. Julia going into the corner. Fallon Henley now lifts Julia up for a body slam. To the middle rope goes Fallon Henley. Wants Julia to her feet. Fallon Henley plants Julia down. Dropping the body away from the ropes now. Cover by Fallon Henley to become the NXT Women's Champion. Kick out of 2 is Julia. Fallon Henley thinks she has it. Very simple. Power bomb by Julia. Right hand by Henley. Kick by Julia. Sends Henley into the ropes. Boot to her face. Now Julia to finish it off. Knee into the face of Henley. Out 2. Here's Fallon Henley. Standing on the right hand. Closing Henley over the ropes to the outside. Suicide divers Julia. Plants Julia down the outside. Elbows into the chest of Fallon Henley with Julia. And the drop kick. Julia slams the face of Fallon Henley on the ringside floor. Julia again going to the top now. Bounce Fallon Henley to her feet. Jump kick from Julia. And now sends Fallon Henley back into the ring. Cover by Julia. Is this it? Kick out with 2 is Fallon Henley. And now Julia to the middle rope. Switch on Fallon Henley. Now gets Henley to her feet. Headbutt to the face. Sits Fallon Henley up. Kick by Henley. The kick to the face. Drags the body away from the ropes. Counter by Henley to win the championship. Kick out at 2. Here's Julia. Fallon Henley forced on it. She is inches away. Body gets captured and plants a downward body slam by Julia. Julia now with Fallon Henley in the middle of the ring, knee into the face. Kick out at 2 is Fallon Henley. With Julia now with Henley. Sends her into the corner. Puts her on top now. Kick by Henley. Kick to the back of the head now. Gets Julia to her feet. Puts Julia face first in the corner. Elbow by Julia. Kick to the chest. And there's a DDT on Fallon Henley. Chop to the chest. If Fallon Henley now lifts her up, plants her down. Right hand gets blocked. Fallon Henley now with Julia, lifts her up, plants her down. And now wants Julia to her feet. For a famous Fallon Henley is the new NXT Women's Champion. Next up, the men's Iron Survivor winner, Axiom, takes on All Ego Ethan Page for the NXT Championship here in the main event. And here comes Axiom, alongside with Nathan Frazier, his Axiom teammate. is all ego. Ethan Page. NXT Championship. Axiom, who's never won a singles championship in this series. He looks to end that torch. There's that man, all ego, Ethan Page. Axiom versus Ethan Page for the NXT Championship here in the main event of New Year's Eve was on the way. Drop the bouncy. Triple chance and again right hand drop kick to the back. Axiom now wants Ethan Page to his feet. Springboard. He got that distance there with that drop kick. Covered by Axiom. Axiom clamps down Ethan Page on the outside. Elbow to the face of Ethan Page and a big right hand taking down Axiom. Now Ethan Page getting back into the ring. Brushing the dust off his boots. Going around the ropes now is Axiom for a drop kick to Ethan Page. Axiom to the top. Frog splash on Ethan Page. Is that it for the title? To Ethan Page. Face. Ethan Page gets punted down by Axiom. Ethan Page goes to the outside now. Axiom follows the kicks to Ethan Page and lifts up Ethan Page now for a self powerbomb on the outside. Boot to the face. Axiom with Ethan Page. kick misses. Boot to the face is Ethan Page. Wiping the face of Axiom on the winter, bringing out the elbow to the back. Ethan Page now removing the turnbuckle pad. As Axiom now takes him down. Axiom getting back to his feet. Getting back into the ring now. Hands down Axiom is Ethan Page. Slap to the back of the head. Ethan Page now to the top. Brings Axiom to his feet. Takes down Axiom. Another twisted neck breaker. Covered by Ethan Page. Look how one is Axiom. Axiom planted down. Now Ethan Page stamping down the right hand of Axiom. Snaps in the left leg go. And again. Now Ethan Page lifts up Axiom and plants him down hard. But Axiom now fights back. Sent into the ropes. Elbow to the face is Ethan Page. Cover by Ethan Page. Kick forward to his Axiom. Still the turnbuckle has been put back up. Pick up by Axiom. There, a clothesline to Ethan Page. There's a second clothesline. Sweeps the leg, takes Ethan Page down as Axiom. Over by Axiom now. Forward to is Ethan Page. Axiom has Ethan Page where he wants it. For a golden ratio. Cover by Axiom. But the referee pulling back the turnbuckle. Kick by Axiom. One hand by Axiom. And again. Kick to the back of the head. Ethan Page falls to the corner. Put on the top now by Axiom. Axiom with Ethan Page. Super Spanish fly by Axiom on Ethan Page. Kick forward two. But now Axiom thinks he has Ethan Page finished. Golden ratio, but Ethan Page moves on the way, elbow into the chest. Kick by Ethan Page, takes down Axiom, steps over the face. And now Ethan Page lifts up Axiom through the lever, and he goes out. Kick out and two. Here's Axiom. And Ethan Page to the top. Elbow drop misses. One hand by Axiom. Sends Ethan Page into the ropes. Golden ratio. Kick out and two. Is Ethan Page. Axiom now has Ethan Page to his feet. Springboard. Drop kick. To the top goes Axiom. That's Ethan Page to his feet now. Cross body by Axiom. Is that it? Axiom is the new NXT champion. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, for more. Peace out, people. Peace, live a life.